Hey, so what's going on, everybody? So my name is Billy Busby, and today we are at Comanche Lookout Park, and it's a beautiful day. It's the 1st of October, and this one is the one that's in northeast Bexar County / San Antonio, and I guess there's 2 Comanche parks. I've never been to the other one, so this is the only one I've ever been to, and it's right off of Nacogdoches and Judson Road, right by the Sims Library. So anyway, we're going to be going through the park, hitting some of the highlights, some of the views, and going over some of the pros and cons of this park. So let's get going. Comanche Lookout. At an elevation of 1,340 feet, Comanche Hill is the 4th highest point in Bexar County. The hill lies at the southeastern edge of the Edwards Plateau and makes up the western edge of the Blackland Prairie. Throughout history, this site has provided a location for commerce as well as a site from which raids were performed on Spanish and Mexican mule trains and pioneer travelers. The tower atop of the hill was built by Colonel Edward R. Coppock Sr., U.S. Army retired. In addition to the tower, Colonel Coppock built a stone house and preserved the ancient council ring. There are 2 main entrances to the park. So there's this one, and this one's right off of Nacogdoches. 1604 is right up the road up there. There's a stoplight right there, top of line. And this one is probably a little bit more secure because there's less foot traffic over here. You're a little bit more exposed and there's more vehicle traffic, but there's a lot less foot traffic over here. So there is a bathroom over here as well. And then the trailhead is right down there. There's some stuff under construction on here right now. So that's why the parking lot is even smaller than it usually is. But it's a pretty small parking lot over here on this side. And then this is the library entrance, right? So this is Judson Road, and Nacogdoches is right behind us. And this is the Julia Yates Sims Branch Library. And we're right across from the Red Barn car wash over there. It's pretty loud. There's 3 levels. So level 1 is the easiest one and it's handicap accessible. Level 2, they're a little bit more difficult, but there is some steeper slopes out here, that's for sure. And then level 3 is the most challenging. If you're coming out here, there's like 3 main trails. So this one, it's like the Comanche Trail Loop or something like that, Comanche Loop Trail. And then there's the Library Loop, and then there's the Deer Trail or Deer Loop or something. But one of the cool things out here is you could be on a trail, and then there's like all these little side quest trails out here, right? So it's sort of like choose your own adventure out here, right? So I mean, I'm still rolling, and there's another trail, and then there's another trail. So right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 up there where that gentleman's at, 5, 6 paths. And the cool thing here versus other places is here, like they're all going to lead back to the same place, right? So you can actually go explore and wander off the beaten path, and you're going to eventually get back to where you know where you are. So there's a lot of different surfaces out here. So right here you could see there's asphalt, and then there's concrete, but then just over there there's dirt, there's rocks, there's gravel, and then they have like this chewed up asphalt out here too that's like really old, and I don't know if they're going to replace it, or I don't know what the deal is with it, but just be aware of the different surfaces and stuff like that when you're coming out here. So even though it says it might be wheelchair accessible, you still might want to just be mindful of the different surfaces out here. Yeah, this is a good introduction to the park right here, because you come right from the parking lot right to a dirt trail that's uneven, and it's obviously a footpath, right? There's roots everywhere, there's a pipe. And then you come down to a paved concrete section, right? And then that goes back to the library. But yeah, there's this little bridge right here. That's kind of cool. So this is the introduction to the library trail loop. I'm normally not for graffiti, and I don't know if this is actual graffiti or if whoever runs the park came out here and did that, but So what's funny is this is actually the library loop trail, not the deer loop trail. So whoever came out here and put these signs in, they just put them in at random. They just, hey, whatever, you know, minimum wage, I suppose. I have no idea, but it's pretty funny because this is not the deer loop trail. The deer loop trail is on the other side of the park. And then you got these picnic tables and stuff out here. So that's kind of cool if you want to come out and have a little family picnic, somewhere to chill. All right, so along with the benches and the picnic tables and the different places and stuff like that to check out, there is water fountains out here. And as you can see, there's like the little dog bowl at the bottom. So this place is pet friendly. They have the little baggies for the poop and pretty accommodating for pets. I haven't seen any cats, but I've seen a lot of dogs out here. So some of those benches seem a little random, like this, that are just sitting like along the trail here. Seems sort of random, but I imagine people ask for them at some point. There's a lot of people that come out here. It's a busy park, so I imagine somebody wanted to just give people a spot to sit down and rest or film a vlog. But whoever was in charge of placing them at the top of the hill really did a great job. So it took me a while the first couple of times I came out here, but this one is the best spot to watch the sunrises. Like, and whoever was in charge of the landscaping, if it's not natural, it may be natural, but they did a really good job because like there's a clear cut path in the brush where you can watch the sun come up, you know, most of the year here in Texas. And then there's this one, which is placed perfectly right at the top of the hill. So you can just sit out here and look out. And especially when it's clear, man, I mean, you can see for miles around out here. And then this one is really good to watch the sunset. So up here, the sunsets are better than the sunrises. And it's primarily because of where the sun sets at up here, and it's a little bit clearer on that side of the hill. But this bench is cool, and then the one that was overlooking the hill is pretty cool too. It's the best place to check out sunsets. And then I think this one was probably put here to give people a break from the sun. So it's probably a good midday bench right here because there's a little bit of shade there, a little bit of shade there. Not much, but a little bit. And this one's pretty good to just sit down and look at the tower. So one of my coworkers was telling me about this tower, and that not that long ago you were able to actually get inside of it and climb up to the top. He's saying it was kind of rickety and dangerous in there, which I imagine is why they closed it off. But so I've seen the tower before. I still don't know where the stone house is. So the best views are obviously at the top of the hill. So this one behind me, that's the best one to see the city, and you can see this skyline back there on a clear day. Like today, it's pretty clear. So you can actually see, I don't think the GoPro is gonna show this skyline, so I'll get you another video of it, but that's a cool spot to just come and hang out and reflect on life. If you know me, you know I love New Belgium and I love the Voodoo Ranger line. And I appreciate people coming up here, and I even appreciate somebody bringing some beers up here and sneaking them in and having a good time. But I don't appreciate people leaving their trash up here, and especially the broken beer bottles and broken glass. There's a lot of dogs that walk around up here. There's a lot of little kids out here, and all it's gonna take is, you know, one of them to step wrong, slip wrong, and fall right on one of your busted beer bottles. So please leave no trace when you come out to these places. Yeah, that's another one of those cool, quirky things out here at this park is like there's a time capsule right there, and it says do not open until 2068. So that's like another 48 years from now. So if you know what's in there or was part of the people that planted it, I don't know, like I don't know where it's from. I guess all that information's inside of it. But yeah, man, if you know what's in that, like share it. Tell us, let us know, because I know I probably won't be around in 48 more years. I hope I'm around in 48 more months. So another cool thing about Comanche Lookout Park is this free compost over here, and it's from the city, right? So usually there's a compost heap over here that you can just come and help yourself to, but when I pulled up, there was somebody out here getting the rest of it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And the city pays for it or provides it, so it's unique. Ewing Wholesale Outdoor Classroom Facility. So I'm not from San Antonio, and I didn't go to school here, but my kids did, and they've never mentioned coming out to this outdoor classroom for any kind of class or training. But It's really nice, and it's nice that the city didn't pay for it completely out of taxpayer dollars. So one of my favorite things about San Antonio parks is almost all of them have these bulletin boards here, right? So I've seen lost bikes, stolen bikes, found whatever. Well, here is a found dog, and he was found, or she, I guess it's a him, found August 31st out here at the park. But yeah, if that's your dog, call that number. Those people probably want to get rid of the dog. But then again, it's October 1st today, so they've had it for a month. They may be attached to it. So, see you later, Poochie. All right, so for me, this is the highlight of this whole park out here. Comanche Hill, right? So this hill is super popular. I mean, you can see people coming up and down it behind me, but it's steep. It's got a whole bunch of different types of surfaces to it. It's not linear, so you can kind of follow, there's sort of a path down, but then you can kind of create your own path down it too. So, I mean, this is a huge reason why a lot of people come out here, and there's some good training to be had on this hill. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best things about the hill though, is the different paths, and kind of fits with the whole nature of the park as far as like choose your own adventure out here. So, I mean, you can come out here and ease up and down this. You can run up and down this. I've seen both. I've never seen anybody try to bike up it. I'm sure somebody has been out here to try to mountain bike down it though. The other cool thing, especially about like this hill, is this is one of those places here in San Antonio that doesn't feel like it's in San Antonio. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I don't know if these trees are not native here, or if it's just like certain spots of the city they grow in. There may be other places like this here. I don't know. I'm not from here. I didn't grow up here. This is why I'm doing some of these videos, is to get out and explore this area. But some parts of this hill and this whole park just doesn't feel like other parks and places in San Antonio. So it's pretty unique. And there is another place in San Antonio named Comanche Park or something. So there's two different places named Comanche here for some reason. But yeah, these trees don't feel like, they sort of feel out of place, but they don't feel out of place here. So I don't know. Maybe if somebody knows what type of trees these are, you know, they could share it, but I don't know. I'm not a botanist. But yeah, man, so cool spot. It's a great hill for training. If you're trying to come out and train for a specific like elevation type event, like elevation gains, not at elevation, then this is one of your best bets in San Antonio, because it's short and it's steep, right? So a lot of other places here in San Antonio, you would have to go and do 5 or more miles to get the same elevation you can get out here in a mile or two. So that's one of the advantages of having a place like this. You can still obviously hear all the hustle and bustle and from the highways and roads around here, but yeah, visually it looks different. So let's go over the pros and cons of this park. So one of the pros is, I would say probably the biggest pro, is the steepness out here and the elevation. So yeah, okay, we're in San Antonio, right? So it's not the Rocky Mountains, but this is pretty steep and it's accessible out here for everybody, right? So if you need to train for elevation and things like that, like gains, right? Elevation gains, like going uphill, then this is a good spot to come. And I would say another pro is the location, right? So it's pretty easy to get here. So you can come 1604 to Nacogdoches, and it's like a mile down on the right. Or, you know, if you already live out in this area, it's right here. So some of the cons are, number one, it's not a very big park. It's pretty small, but that could also work in its favor too. So like, hear me out. If you were training for a marathon or an ultra or something like that, something long distance, with the 2 different trailheads here, you're really never more than, like, as the bird flies, half a mile to a mile away from your vehicle. So you could park your vehicle there, use it as a support vehicle, and come out, do 5-10 miles out here. You're gonna do the same stuff over and over and over again, but then you could shoot back to your vehicle and, you know, refuel, rehydrate, and, you know, resupply and stuff like that. So I think that's a key advantage to a place like this. I'm sure somebody's probably tried or will try to, you know, do a Everest run or something up this hill at some point, because it's pretty steep. I don't know what the overall gains are on it or how many times you would have to do it, but it's a cool spot. I would say another con is this place is pretty busy. Like, I've been out here sunrise, sunset, and there's always people out here. So it's cool if you like people watching and things like that, but if you're looking for a more isolated experience, this may not be it. The other pro is the views up here at the top are just, they're stellar. It's really good. So it's hard to do it justice with these cameras that I've got here, but I mean, it's a really cool 360-degree view. And the whole choose your own adventure part for this trail system out here is really good too. So like, you know, you could get a little bit of everything here in a small package, very small. But yeah, that's Comanche Lookout Park. All right, so hey, I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to watch these videos. I enjoy making them. I enjoy sharing them with you guys. I enjoy exploring these things out here. So yeah, if you don't mind, follow me on Instagram at I am Billy Busby. Subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna be posting a lot of this type of stuff on here. And man, I'm starting kind of over from zero from subscribers and followers and stuff like that. So any kind of support you can give me is highly appreciated right now. And I appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a good day. Peace.